Hello! Hello there. It's Mrs. Cooper, and I am here to talk to you today about creativity. What do you know about creativity or being creative? I think that being creative makes us who we are. And we are so very different, each one of us, which is really wonderful. That makes the world such a creative place. I've got to take this off. It itches my nose so much. Well, I was talking about creativity, and I really must ask for help when I'm trying to do something funny because I never have the right supplies to stick mustaches to my face. So, as I was saying, creativity really makes our world a beautiful place. Just like how different each one of us is. And do you know what? This also has to do with our learning, because each one of us learns differently. Now, most of the time, our teachers, our wonderful teachers, and happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Let's give some claps to our teachers. Most of the time, our teachers can teach the same thing to everybody. But a lot of the times, because we're such different learners, teachers will change how they're teaching something just for you. I think that is just wonderful. So, let's see. So a couple of videos I'm attaching to this assignment. One is a short video of my dear friend Katie, who did some sidewalk chalk for you. And I found my sidewalk chalk. So I am going to tomorrow take my sidewalk chalk right out here in front of my house, and I'm going to mark it off, and I'm going to make a silly walking zone. So when people come by walking their dogs, they'll see silly walking zone, and they'll know, or it'll give them permission to do a silly walk. And I'm going to watch outside my front window. I got that idea from a Monty Python video of the original silly walking. So I've attached that video for you too. So what can you do this week to be a little bit silly and creative? So I also want to give a shout out to a couple of the 5th grade students that we meet with in a friendship group, and we sit around and we swap jokes, and I actually remembered a few of them. One of them is, what is the one question that you can never answer no? And the answer is, are you sleeping? Now the other one, which one of the students brought to our group, was in honor of Cinco de Mayo, which was yesterday. There was a Mexican magician who was about to disappear. And he said, uno, dos, and he left without a trace. Now, because Mrs. Cooper is such a different kind of learner, it took me about 3 times to actually get that joke. So, if you want to ask your teacher or whoever is taking care of you to help you understand that joke, then I would understand. So I'm going to share with you one of my favorite poems that I've loved ever since I was a child. And it's about telephones before they were cell phones. And it is called Ella Telephony. Once there was an elephant who tried to use the telephone. No, I mean the elephone who tried to use the telephone. Dear me, I am not certain quite that even now I've got it right. However, it was he got his trunk entangled in the telefunk. The more he tried to get it free, the louder buzzed the telephee. I fear I'd better drop the song of Elefop and Telephone. Thank you. Thank you. Just like with my mustache and other times when I make mistakes, I just wanted to let you know that part of our social emotional learning is that it's okay to make mistakes. And it's just the fun that we have along the way that makes my day, hey, I rhymed 3 times. Sometimes we have to remember that because it's so important to a lot of us to get things right and to be a good student. And that's really great. But it's okay to mess up every now and then. Grown-ups do it all the time. So I think I'm going to wrap up today with my favorite kind of poetry, which is a haiku poem. Have you ever written a haiku? Well, a haiku poem is a very short poem, and it's 3 lines, and each line has a different number of syllables. And syllables are the parts of words like syllable or kindness or happiness. So the first line is 5 syllables. The second line is 7 syllables. And the third line is 5 syllables. So here is the haiku I wrote for you. My Rudy family, 5, is very special to me, 7, 'cause you are so kind, 5. So maybe you might like to write a haiku and try out your creativity. So have a fun next couple of days, and I'll see you again, and we'll count down to the end of school. It's been such a different kind of schooling, I know, but it will be really great to see you again.